Giovanni, he be wishing for a body. Keeley, but he walking, catching a hummy tonight.
What's up, YouTube? So today's retro talk is going to be about Sun and Moon. The main reason I want to bring it up is because this game is fire, and I think it's something you guys will enjoy. Or even if you don't enjoy it, at least I'll give you a little perspective on it. I know a couple of years ago, back when I was in the Pokemon community, I was doing reviews on Pokemon games and Let's Plays and stuff, but I no longer have a capture card, so since I couldn't capture any footage of the game for you to do like a full-on review, I kind of just wanted to give you my perspective on the game. Now, I will say that though I'm not going to go like deep into the story, like crazy spoiler territory, I am going to talk some small spoilers, not story based, but just with some of the stuff you can do with the end game that really deals more with competitive battling than the actual story itself, if that makes any sense. So, okay, let's get into it. So one of the things I think that makes this game really good is for anybody that plays a lot of different RPGs, you know that it's usually standard with RPGs that you have an icon on your map, and that icon on the map represents you, and when you move, the icon moves, letting you know which direction you're going, so you have an idea where you're going to try to get to the next point. A lot of traditional RPGs also put like a little waypoint on that map so you know where to go. Pokemon, for some reason, has never ever done that, making it a real pain to figure out where to go. I mean, if you pay attention to what they're saying in the story, yeah, you will. But let's be honest, the story in Pokemon isn't that interesting per se, and they do so much talking at a lot of points that you'll kind of just spam the A button while looking at another screen just to get past it. So you're really not paying attention to everything they're saying because they talk so much that even if you were interested, you're just tired of hearing them talk. So you end up forgetting what they said or not paying attention to what they said and not knowing where to go. Pokemon finally decided to follow the traditional RPG formula, and in this game, you do have a little icon that shows where you're going, and there is a waypoint showing where you're supposed to go. So you don't really have to worry about getting lost a whole lot or constantly going on YouTube for 30 to 45 minutes watching somebody's video to see where to go or what to do, because this makes it a lot easier to do it for yourself. Now, some people might think, oh, that's casual. For a hardcore fan, I can navigate it without all of that. But in my personal opinion, what makes Pokemon fun really is the battles. I mean, the story is okay, but I've never seen Pokemon to be that interested in the story to me. So it's really me progressing through the game so I can start EV training and IV training, so I can competitive battle against my friends and random people and taunt them as I crush them, or rage while I'm defeated, whichever. But the point is, I want a competitive battle, so it's really just rushing through for me personally. Another thing that I think that makes it good is they have IV training now. Like, supposedly they have EV training. I'm still trying to find out how to do it. Like, you can do like Gen 4 and get those items that you can hold and beat Pokemon to get your EV points like that, but I don't really like doing that and trying to count the points with that system in particular. I prefer doing like the whole super training method to doing it, and I'm pretty sure they wouldn't take that out of this game, so I'm trying to find out how to do that so I can actually EV train. I do know they have an upgraded version called Hyper Training, but that's supposed to deal with IVs. So now you can use that particular training to actually get your IV stats up, opposed to, you know, having to do that whole crazy perfect breeding with the 6 IV Ditto to get your perfect IVs. But I'm not entirely sure if that hyper training thing only works for the IVs only, or if you get the hyper training mode once you're level 100, if you can use it for both EVs and IVs. I'll let you know when I get a little bit further into that, because I'm pretty much at the end of the game now. So I should be coming up on that point, and I'm pretty close to level 60, so I should be almost there. Another thing that makes this game good is there's a whole lot of new moves and a whole lot of new Pokemon. Now, what does that mean? It means that for a while now, the metagame is going to be completely different. So a lot of people aren't just gonna know all the Pokemon right off the back anymore, and a lot of the new Pokemon you're still learning the typings to them, and you're gonna be trying to figure out exactly what their typings are, what moves they're running, because they can have a lot of new moves that you wouldn't expect, so you know how to fight and defend against them. Also, for those of you that's never been good with trying to memorize all 18 different Pokemon types, the Rotom Dex actually helps you with that now. So any Pokemon you've ever faced before that you've actually used a move on, it analyzes. So it'll let you know that that type of move is neutral, effective, or super effective, or not very effective against that Pokemon once you try out all the moves on them. So once you try all the moves once, it'll actually give you an analysis of whether it's worthwhile using on that particular Pokemon or not, which will help you try to figure out the typing for a lot of the new ones too. It's almost like, say if you played Final Fantasy, you know how you can waste a turn to do scan, except you would essentially be wasting 4 turns in this game, because each time you do an attack, you're getting a scan on its ability and its Pokemon, like nature and type and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Another thing, I'm trying to think, what else did I forget here? Oh, this is the other thing that's really cool. They're following the trend of Oris, if you ever played Pokemon Oris. So you don't need HMs anymore for abilities, or to make a HM slave and waste all those slots for HM moves that you know you're only going to use to get around places, but they're so weak that they're not valuable for battle, because you have a bunch of different Pokemon that let you do things now for specific parts of your mission without having to learn moves now. Like you can charge on Tauros, who moves really fast and can go through boulders. You can use Machamp, who uses strength to move stuff and call it anytime you need to. You can surf on Lapras, or you can surf on Sharpedo, who can bash through things like Tauros but in the water. And you can fly on Charizard. Keep in mind, you don't need to catch all these Pokemon. You get like these special devices that let you call them, because pretty much in the lower region they have like their own special travel service, so people don't have to use HMs and stuff. So they have professional drivers, essentially, kind of like if you were riding a bus or something, except they're kind of renting the Pokemon to you to use for that, which is really weird that you don't have a license to fly your own Pokemon, but you can do that. But the system is cool because you don't have to waste it on crappy moves. Anyhow, let me know what you think of Pokemon Sun and Moon so far in the comments below. I'm RetroBro, and that is Retro Talks for today.